Making this video is just again about this new European legislation that comes into force in May 2020, where all the light emitting devices, or I mean more precisely, high intensity electromagnetic emitting devices, are going to become the remit of the CE medical. Again, so CE medical. First of all, let's understand what CE medical is. So you do understand the implications of it. Apparently, first of all, this is not to say that the device is going to be it can only be used by doctors. It doesn't mean that. What it means is that a laser for skin therapy or an IPL for skin, I don't know, the usual air removal, and any other type of device that uses intensity electromagnetic waves or one way or another in order to induce results or some treatments onto your skin. This is a summary, of course, is requiring to get medical CE. Now, it is important to understand the difference between a normal CE and a medical CE. Now, in the normal CE, the manufacturer or the legal manufacturer takes the legal obligation of making sure that by design the device is compliant to the relevant standards. What that means in practice is that if you just get a couple of tests done on the device, or it's very unlikely that that is going to be challenged by the competent authorities. So much so that all legal challenges on any CE mark on any device is actually not going anywhere. However, when a device becomes medical, you have to prove in advance the compliance before you put it into the market. And how do you prove it? You can only prove it by law, and this is the tough thing about regulations, the European regulations, is that you must use a notified body. Now, notified bodies, there's a number of notified bodies in Europe. However, they are not cheap, and they only they have the power to issue a medical certification, and they charge quite a bit. Not only do they charge quite a bit, the amount of paperwork that they do require is quite extensive. So what you get is not a device that's gonna have higher standards. It is not, because I have tried devices with medical CE and without, and I tell you, sometimes the ones without the medical CE, not only are they cheaper, but they're much better. I can give you plenty of examples. I'm just gonna go maybe into one example later on in this video, maybe if I feel like it, but there's plenty of examples. So what that means is that any lasers from May 2020 onwards in Europe is going to require that, and that means that if you want to buy it in April or May, then you're going to get charged a bit more, maybe 3 times more than you would actually get charged normally if you are getting your device from suppliers which they do not have a CE medical certification. Also, that could impact those countries which recognize CE marked devices, like South Africa. So it is likely, but I cannot tell you for sure, that all those countries that are harmonizing standards with Europe, standards with Europe, then they may require that too, that medical certification too. That is something that I'm not sure, but I'm only imagining right now. So I think this is quite important, is something that if you have a cosmetic clinic, you should take into account. So May 2020 is going to come into force. It's been passed as a piece of legislation in 2017. I didn't like it. I don't see the point in it. It's not going to increase standards. It's only going to increase prices by decreasing the number of suppliers that you can get them from in Europe, and on top of it, so it's going to make it all more difficult, but it's not going to increase safety, because as long as if you pay the money, you increase safety. You pay the money in order to get the paperwork done, increase safety. Unfortunately, that is not how it works in reality. So I think in January, if you still want to get a laser, maybe you're gonna be able to get a laser with a normal CE, then the medical CE, maybe. That's not for sure, but I would encourage you, if you're a clinic owner and you're in Europe, get whatever you need to get now, because in May it's going to become more expensive, because these medical certifications ain't cheap. So that's the message. I wish you all a great 2020, and also just to let you know that from the 8th of this month, again, we're going to start publishing new videos. The ones that I have recorded over the past almost 2 months. I'm just like crazy recording all these videos one after the other, because there's pretty much nothing of the sort in the marketplace. So we need to make it work. So you're gonna get more videos, and if you have any requests for any particular device, let us know, and we're gonna make very likely the videos that you request. So happy New Year, and we wish you all the best from Andreas Russo.